football happens to be featuring the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. So I am, again, super excited to talk to y'all today. It's been a couple of days. I think the last time I checked in, I was talking Russ to DC, Wall to Houston. And, I definitely want to talk about that a little later. But let's start off where we need to start off. NFL football, NFL talk. Listen, hey, Peter, check this out. The Steelers are undefeated no more. Yes, I knew at some point that the Steelers was going to fall into one of these NFC East traps. I knew it was going to happen. They almost let the Cowboys get away with it, but they dropped the ball to the Washington football team. Now, those are the division rivals. Y'all know I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. So those are the division rivals. I don't like the fact that the football team was able to knock them off. I preferred it been somebody else, but I knew it. I have been talking, for those that follow me on my social media, y'all know that I have been very, very adamant about the fact that the Steelers have been looking super mediocre for the last 3 or 4 weeks, in my opinion. And I knew at some point that they were going to slip. You can tell it in every one of the games they've played. When they played the Steelers, when they played the Ravens, the Steelers have done so many things to shoot themselves in the foot, but good teams do find ways to win games. So I can give the Steelers that, but I'm going to tell y'all what I told everybody on Twitter in case you don't follow me on Twitter. Here's the deal about the Steelers. They're going to lose the division. The Browns are going to win the division. Now, I want to clean up some stuff because let me just say this. I jumped the gun a little bit and said that the Steelers were going to lose out. They're not going to lose out. Shout out to Mark Gunnels, kind of bringing it to my attention. They're not going to lose to the Bengals, likely. However, I do believe that the Browns will win out. And I do think that the Steelers may drop at least 2 of their last, 3 or 4 games we have left. The Browns are going to win the division. Sorry, Brian H. Waters, it's going to happen. The Browns are winning the AFC North. And we'll see what's going on with the Ravens. I don't know if the Ravens are going to even have a say-so in this. I think that the Ravens are going to find themselves outside of the playoff picture when it's all said and done. The Browns' schedule is winnable. They can win out. I'm telling you. And if they win out, I don't know what that really means for the Ravens, but it can happen. Shout out to that front four in Washington because they balled out. I seen the Washington football team defense, but I saw it yesterday. So give them their props where it's due. There were a lot of us saying that they will probably cause the upset. That was more so of what we've been seeing from Pittsburgh, in my opinion, versus what we thought that we would see out of Washington. So it is what it is. Steelers win a division with 1 win and a Browns loss. They aren't that good. Good to see Lamar coming back, though. Yeah. So tonight's game, Ravens, Cowboys, as I mentioned, absolutely hated. It's another primetime game. Some way, somehow, the Cowboys weasel their way into essentially a primetime game where all eyes are on them. And Dallas actually still has a shot at things. They're 3-8, and they still have a chance to essentially run the table, get some wins under their belt, and win the division. The division is not spoken for yet. And so they have a possibility. There's a possibility. Dallas is just not mathematically eliminated from playoff contention yet. So they kind of, in a sense, control their own fate. It begins with trying to get a win over the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think that that'll happen tonight. I am saying that I believe that the Dallas Cowboys will lose tonight to the Ravens. I think that the Ravens are going to be going in with some motivation with the Steelers losing yesterday's game. They know that they can try to, really push to have the division swing back in their favor. So I expect Lamar to come out and run his tail off. Hopefully there's no long-term effects from his battle with COVID. Thank God he is good, and it's just amazing to be able to see him back on the field. But we don't know what the long-term effects of COVID is going to be for Lamar. I really hope that it's nothing. And if it's nothing, I expect him to run for over 60 yards because Dallas run defense is trash. Dez Bryant making his return to playing the Dallas Cowboys. He was on this team. He was on the Dallas Cowboys team the last time Dallas faced off against the Ravens in 2016, where they won that. I think it was like 27-16 when they played them back in 2016. So this is going to be good. Listen, Dallas secondary is trash. If the Ravens know what I know, I would probably allow Dez to just scorch heaven and earth when it comes to that secondary with the Dallas Cowboys. He should literally have his way. But it's going to be good to see. I'm always excited to see Dez Bryant get a chance, be on the field. He's definitely, shout out to Brian H. Waters. He is for helping me realize that Dez is definitely my favorite Cowboy. So I don't expect Dallas to have much rhythm today. They're not going to show me anything. I don't think that they're going to be cohesive. I don't understand why we're still starting Andy Dalton. We're 3-8. Take some chances. I'm hearing that they're probably tanking. We're still trying to get the, top 5 pick. If we win tonight, that'll put us up at top, that'll put us at like the 6th pick. I'm not sure if they want to do that. I really don't know what's going on in the mindset of the front office in Big D, but I don't see them winning tonight. I'm seeing something like 28-7 Ravens. That's what I'm saying. 28-7 Ravens. Lamar and the boys will get back on track tonight. And what do you know? Perfect opportunity to get back on track. You get to get right back on track because you're playing the 3-8 Dallas Cowboys. Ain't that about a blip? Anyway, so just keep an eye on that AFC North because it's gonna be good. Pablo says, I hope so. I picked him up for my fantasy team. Cowboys got this on lock. Legatron scoring 20+. So Icy, that's Icy Corrick 9. He says that Cowboys are going to win. I don't see it happening. But hey, I love when Dallas prove me wrong. I would love for Dallas to prove me wrong and mess around and win this game. That would be amazing. I just don't see it happening. So I want to talk NBA basketball. I gotta talk NBA basketball, y'all. I am so excited. What is today? Today is, tell me what today is, guys. Listen, the days are running into each other. Y'all know today is December 8th. The season starts December 22nd, the day after my birthday, December 21st. Make sure that y'all shout me out, say happy birthday to me, follow my Twitter, AshleyBaker_21. I will be definitely making my presence more known here on Haps, so you'll definitely be able to catch me out here several times a week. But the NBA is, listen, I am so excited. I have decided for the year that I am going to support and root for the Wizards. I really, I got a cat, y'all. So my cat is literally like scratching my back right now. I'm really excited about what we are going to see from Russell Westbrook here in DC. I don't know if y'all been seeing the man on his way to practice. He be singing in the car. They said that his first practice, he went out there and played with such intensity and aggressiveness, and he definitely set the tone for practices. I am so excited. Initially, I was a little skeptical, and that was wrong. I should have never been skeptical. We're talking about somebody who is a walking triple-double in Russell Westbrook, somebody that's going to give 200% every time he step out on the court. And so for some apparent reason, that slipped my mind. And he's doing this at a high level going into year 13. So I think I'm gonna like what I'm gonna see from the Wizards, man. And initially, even with John Wall on the team, I said that they were gonna make the Eastern Conference Finals. I said that they were gonna play the Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I almost let up off of that prediction, but I'm keeping it right there. The Wizards are going to the Eastern Conference Finals to play the Nets. I don't think that they're going to get past the Nets because KD is a beast and Kyrie, and God forbid they end up acquiring James Harden. That would be just too much for the Wizards, in my opinion. But yes, stamp it, book it. The Wizards with Russell Westbrook, with Bradley Beal, with Rui, with Bertans. Listen, they got some ballers. They got a squad. They are making the Eastern Conference Finals. From what I can see, out west, unless the Clippers come back with some type of hell of a vengeance, unless Kristaps Porzingis can stay really healthy, unless the Denver Nuggets, I mean, they did get better. It's really hard for me to see anybody beating the Lakers. I don't see the Lakers not advancing to the finals. So yeah, that's pretty much that. It is what it is. AD just signed his contract, $185 million over 5 years. LeBron signed a 2-year, $85 million extension. Them boys getting paid. Shout out to Rich Paul, Clutch Sports getting them brothers paid out in LA. Yeah, I'm excited. So let me see. 8th block. I'm gonna pick you up, 8th goof. Okay, you sleeping on the Warriors. Whoa, Westbrook in DC. Yeah, you late. Westbrook been in DC for like about a week now. Sleeping on the Warriors. I am not sleeping on the Warriors. The Warriors definitely are going to make noise. I feel like even with the squad they have without Klay Thompson, I believe that they will make some type of noise. I don't see them making it past like a or higher than a 6 or 7 seed. Honestly, let's just say for all debative purposes, James Harden stays in Houston with John Wall. They both are ballers. I don't see a situation where they don't make the playoffs. I think that they both can find a way to make it to the playoffs. I don't give a damn if they slip into the 8th spot. I feel like they'll find a way to make it to the playoffs. Then you got the Lakers. Then you got the Clippers. Then you got Denver. Let's not sleep on Portland. Let's damn sure not sleep on the Phoenix Suns, who acquired Chris Paul to go along with Devin Booker. Let's also not forget about the New Orleans Pelicans. We can't count the Spurs out as long as Popovich. It's just so the West is loaded. It's so many folks. I ain't even mentioned the Utah Jazz. Like seriously, almost every team in the West has a chance to sneak in one of those 8 seeds in the West. So I'm not going to sleep on the Warriors. The Warriors definitely have a chance to do that, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if y'all saw. I have to talk about this before I go. I don't know if y'all saw some clips of LeBron James being on Richard Jefferson's and Channing Frye's show. I think it's called Road Tripping. So LeBron went on and talked about a couple of things, in particular the comments that Kyrie Irving made on Kevin Durant's podcast about essentially not having a finisher or a closer all of his career. That's the likes of Kevin Durant. I'm excited that I'll be able to look and see that, dang, this person aside me can make this shot as well. Completely like disregarding who the hell LeBron James is, which is crazy. So that made me start thinking kind of about their relationship. And, I'm not sure why Kyrie doesn't like LeBron. I was watching a couple of sports shows today, and great point. Shout out to Max Kellerman. But LeBron hasn't really had any problems with any of his other teammates. I really think that Kyrie believes that LeBron felt like that he needed him in Cleveland. And so that was the purpose of LeBron leaving Miami, going back to Cleveland. I think that Kyrie has a problem with LeBron thinking that he needed to do him some favors and go back to Cleveland. For some apparent reason, I think that Kyrie just really felt like he wanted to go out and win a championship on his own. He wanted to do it in Cleveland by himself. And, LeBron has tried to adopt him as a little brother. He's never really seen LeBron as a big brother. I've seen stuff on the internet, folks talking to me about the media, hyped it up and said that LeBron is like a dad figure to Kyrie, and that probably made Kyrie feel some kind of way. Listen, I don't know. But listen, Kyrie really tried to play like we didn't know that you was talking about LeBron. Like you threw a whole palm tree, sir. Like the shade was real. You knew exactly who you were talking about when you said that. We knew who you was talking about. You didn't have to listen. We already knew. We was already hip. But also, in addition, Kyrie has decided he's not going to talk to media, which is utterly freaking ridiculous. This is literally what you get paid for. It's literally the reason that you get paid for it. You get paid to talk to media. We don't want a one-sentence statement about talking about what you think that we want to hear. We want to be able to answer questions. And there was a couple of sports figures or sports analysts today that said that he should get fined every time he don't show up. And I agree. This is what you decided to take on when you decided to enter the draft and play for the NBA. That comes along with the job. You have got to sit and talk to media. So I'm not sure what's going on with Kyrie Irving. I'm hoping that this mindset, this new, self-proclaimed mindset that he's in, I'm gonna do things my way and I'm gonna create my own narrative, and y'all gonna hear what I gotta say only when I'm ready to say it, and I'm only gonna talk about what I want to talk about. I'm hoping that this does not get in the way of Kevin Durant and him winning or competing for a championship. Bottom line, they both of them don't like the media. At this point, we already know how Kevin Durant feels. Kevin Durant can't stand the media. He has made it clear. I've been adamant or very vocal about that as well. You signed up for it. You're one of the greatest talents, if not the greatest talent in the league. When he's healthy, in Kevin Durant, you got to talk to the media. You got to look. The media shouldn't have to tiptoe around your feelings. Y'all knew what it was when you decided to step your asses in the NBA, and you knew what it was when you decided to sign on the dotted line. Kyrie Irving is making $30 million a year. I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant is right around that number or more. So, hey, look, this is what you signed up for. You got to talk to the media. You got to talk to the media. It is what it is. Now, in my opinion, maybe you should you should advocate for having more Black media around, so that we understand the lingo. You ain't got to worry about, stuff being switched up or, messages getting lost in the sauce. I always repost my video on my Twitter feed about hiring more Black media. I don't know. Maybe some of these players feel like that they're not comfortable with the talent that's in the locker rooms currently as media, but you can't just stop talking to us, bro. It is what it is. You just can't stop talking to us. So, yeah, I hope y'all ready for tonight's game. I'm not excited about tonight's game. I would love for Dallas to pull off the upset. The NFC East has been pulling off upsets all freaking weekend. I would love for Dallas. Is it really an upset, though? I think that the Ravens are sitting at like 6-5. I'm not sure how much of an upset that is. I would love for Dallas to pull off the upset, but I don't think it's going to happen again. I got the Ravens winning 28. What did I say? 28. I'm going to switch it up. Yeah, no, we're going to roll 20. I think I said 28-7. We're going to stick with 28-7. So thank y'all for joining me. This was just something real quick that I wanted to hop on here for. If the Dallas Cowboys win this game tonight, they right back in it. That's all I'm saying. They right back in the thick of things. Who knows which way this division can go? Is hit or miss. Washington beat the Steelers. This past week, they're messing around and dropped this game to the 49ers they got coming up. It's just so hit and miss. We don't even need to talk about that team that's in Philadelphia. Hey, we'll see. 38-10 Ravens. Let's not be dramatic with the 38-10 Brian Waters. I don't think that y'all are going to put up 38 points. It's something you'll score somewhere around 28-30 points. You're not going to score 38 points. You're not going to almost put 40 up on them. I don't think that that's going to happen. I'm not sure if are they in Dallas or are they in Baltimore? I think that they are in Dallas. But they may be in Baltimore. Are they in that offense coming back tonight? Maybe we'll see. I want to see where they are because I think that they are in Dallas tonight. No, they're in Baltimore. They are in Baltimore. They are here. Close. We shall see. We shall see how this goes. So anyway, I'm out. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to upload this to my Spotify and my Apple Music or my Apple Podcast. So you guys will be able to listen to this as well if you happen to miss any of it, or if you're just coming in now and you want to hear, you know, what I talked about earlier. Just make sure that you go to About Nothing But Sports podcast, found on Apple, Spotify. You can go to it on Anchor. You can find it on Google as well. And I'm out. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I'll talk to y'all soon.